A spirit bold and a courage bright to answer echo's call. Adventure waits for nobody, so rally up the crew. Sailing towards our destiny, we know just what to do. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know.
Alrighty. I forgot to give anybody a heads up. Hello, everybody. What's your worst experience at a fair? We're talking about that currently. My favorite ride is the Gravitron. My least favorite ride is the Zipper. She did give me the full heads up, but you were in the middle of talking. I didn't want to interrupt. It's gonna be a day, everybody. All right, so all right. So everybody, we have lowered the rarity of the Pirate Queen cards. We have lowered the rarity of the Red String of Fate cards. Like, those are going away probably either after tomorrow's game or maybe Monday's game, but I don't know. What would the Gravitron somebody threw up on? The best. But, so, there are only 2 people on the scheduled thing. Just for the record, everybody, Iskra will be joining us if she can, so there's that. There's a bunch of coupon codes. Nika had to use the bathroom real quick, so I'm like milking time real fast here. This is, again, in the sense that there are a couple weeks or months between the games that have happened. Like, yesterday's game was not literally yesterday, but we are moving forward with the spa like becoming a bigger thing. It is much more of an actual city setting now, and apparently Partridge, if not Sal, want to make new Dyad, and that's an interesting concept. And now I'm going to introduce the players for today to a degree. So we have Kira playing Catori.
Hey, friends.
And we got Shiny playing Osiria. Or Shy. Hi. Are we going with Kai?
Sure.
We do it every time. Every single time it's this.
It's just part of the introduction at this point.
It really is. So everybody, if you remember our time spent at the Blue Roof Inn, that's where we got our tattoos. That's where those people made us cool weapons, and that is the last stop before the end of the path. So we are there. The crew has been asked for help from a old friend named Precious. She currently is in control of the inn. So here we are. And she's just waiting out front, hands on her hips, tapping her foot, like she keeps pulling out a timepiece, and she sees you two coming. There's a ruckus inside. So Catori and Osiria, as you approach the Blue Roof Inn, both of you sense a strange energy from inside that building.
I mean, it's not a deterrent for me, so...
Alright, fair enough.
Sorry, everybody. The hats aren't working until Nika makes an announcement. That's it. Precious walks up to you two, and she's just like, excellent. Like, have either one of you two met Precious before? It's fine if you say no. She will know of your exploits, but you can also say yes. Like, Precious she travels. She's probably been to the Silver Thimble a time or two in the last couple months.
Catori hasn't.
Yeah, I don't think Osiria has either.
Absolutely. And so Precious walks up and she just puts her hand out. She's really going for that wrist handshake style. And she's like, I'm Precious, proprietor of the inn. You may have heard of me. I walked the path with some legendary figures. She turns her back to you and flexes because she's really proud of her back muscles. She's 9.5 feet tall. She's a very large woman. That said, I'm not much of a history student, and there's something inside that it's a little outside of what I am used to taking care of. We sent for some... Go ahead.
Oh, what can you tell us about what's going on inside?
Well, a patron showed up recently that I would not have believed was real until they walked into the tavern.
I'm sorry, I do not believe I follow.
What? It might be easier to let them explain. And she opens the door, and inside you hear just plates crashing and somebody yelling, hold up, and then you see a mug come flying out the door and just whiz past your heads.
See, I like to imagine Osiria has to duck to not get hit in the face with it.
Oh, absolutely. Let me inside. you see a figure, like, surrounded by a bunch of other. These are like they're furbolgs. For all these tokens, they're gonna be like the furbolg people, like raising their hands, like trying to calm this figure down. But how are things going for you?
She definitely doesn't look like she's enjoying being surrounded by a bunch of people. And I think that she's feeling very confined and looking quite stressed out. Kind of like a cornered wild animal.
All right, I think Catori's got this. She walks up to the new person in the room, and she sticks her hand out and says, "Hiya, my name's Catori. Do you like muffins?"
Despite her very friendly demeanor, she recoils when she like puts her hand out, like she was expecting her to do something else, and just like flinches away and puts her like basically is guarding her midsection and putting her like fists up to like protect herself.
Oh no. Oh no.
You see the furbolgs around you just rumbling, like rumble, 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 rumble. This challenge, challenge, challenge. And they start moving the tables back.
Is this the first rule of Fight Club? Is that we don't talk about Fight Club? What is happening?
Where is it? Who has it?
The muffin? I have it right here. And she hands her a muffin.
If she's holding it out, she's not going to grab it. She's just gonna stare at it and still look very just like it's like she's looking at you, but she's not looking at you.
Where
Like
is
she's out of it.
Where is what? Did you lose something perchance?
I can't. Somebody. I know. I'm supposed to be out here. I know that there's. She shakes her head like she's not able to form the words immediately. And then the most concerning thing she could probably say as she's staring through you is she says, if one of you has my skin, where did you put my skin?
What's it look like?
He seems confused by that question.
Join the club.
Precious steps forward, and she's leans in towards Osiria, while Catori and this newcomer that I do not think you've said your name out loud yet, so.
No.
And she's like, been like this since she got here. Just very lost. If I didn't know any better, I'd swear she was one of the Guardians. Matches all the descriptors. Spotted skin. Incredibly powerful aura. Won't stop talking about losing her skin. Blames us all for taking it. I didn't take it. I've checked all of our stuff. We don't have it in here. We've got we got a Catoblepus over here, and like motions to like a taxidermied head. It's like we've got antlers of the great beasts, and motions to like the thing. Motions to the candelabras above you that are just antlers turned into candelabras. But we've never killed a Selkie.
Would we have heard anything about these Guardians previously, or is this one new to us?
This is you could definitely make history rolls for sure. But this is like very specifically echo history. But you guys you might have folk tales about it. Like go ahead and you can make rolls if you want to. Like naturalist probably would cover this.
Alright, yeah, I'll spend a tag point to use Naturalist on this.
Alright. Give me 2d20. Yeah, 18 will do it. As long as it was just checking the side to see if it was an 18, because it lies sometimes. But absolutely, not all of the information, but a decent amount of it is. It's like, yeah, she matches the descriptions of the old Guardians here from over 1,000 years ago, back when the water was clean, back when the sickened sea wasn't sickened. Like, there was a whole line of coastal Guardians keeping, like, the whole side of Tir Lobhadh, before it was known as Loa, safe. To be clear, she would have to be over 1,000 years old for that to be true, but she doesn't not look like a Selkie. Also, you know she would be looking for her skin. Anytime ancient bureaumancy for this one. Like, with an 18, I'll give it to you. The precursor to Biromancy is like contracts with Guardians, such as Selkies. If you have their skin, you own them.
See.
And usually whoever has it stays close to order them around. And I think that's what I can give you for an 18.
That's kind of icky.
You said that out loud, Kira? Like, as Catori, you said that's kind of icky?
Oh, no,
in
that was just me
absolutely.
commenting, like, that someone controls her because they have... No, ew. I feel bad. That's terrible. Okay, anyway. So, but are we discussing this out loud? So, like, does Catori know this now? Or
Yeah,
only
like, I think
Osiria?
Osiria
could've
would
been-
relay that information to Catori, just because...
It could have been a little conversation between you and Precious about what you know about Selkies. Precious looks over. She's certainly strong enough to match that. Like, don't let the small stature fool you. She's throwing around some very large hunters, and like she motions to like body prints in the walls style, like massive cracks where like she's thrown people around. It's like, don't try to touch her if you're not, well, if you're not ready to get thrown around.
And have you seen or heard any reports of any suspicious individuals around? Anyone who might, well, have what she is looking for?
Well, the scholar Crackle was deep in research about the corruption and also Selkies. He thought bringing back the Guardians would be a good way of curing it. So he was looking for them, but I haven't seen him in months. Not since before last time you were all here.
Do you remember that name? Player question, did we ever get any leads on, like, where he might have gone to, or was that something we never solved?
There was a part of it you guys never solved. I don't have any means of tracking Crackle, or just like we have no means of searching based on waves her hands magically around the new character. It's just like how do I remember you all tracked corruption before. Is there anything you can do to help? Maybe get her out of my tavern for now, till she calms down.
Perhaps, if you could give us a description of this Crackle, perhaps we could try to track him down and see if that gives us any leads on helping this Selkie.
Oh, Crackle, younger guy, no beard. You can find him, I think he's about like 8 foot tall, short for a furbolg. He studied the mushrooms and the corruption, like, closely. So I would suggest north and into the most mushroom that you can find. When you see more mushrooms than you've ever seen in your life, that's where you'll find him.
Very well. Suppose we can begin our search there.
She looks over at the Selkie. She's like, how do you convince that one to go with you?
During this whole conversation, she's just still kind of in that stance as they're talking and just looking around at everybody to keep inventory of where everyone is.
I think in terms of convincing her to leave, that's when Osiria is going to have to defer to Catori on, because I don't think Osiria is exactly the best at the people, like, negotiations type stuff.
So I guess we're assuming that Catori's heard this exchange and knows what they're about to do.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So Catori's set the muffin down and kind of backed away from it. If their new pal actually wants said muffin, it is there. she'll probably look around the room and say, well, throwing these guys around isn't getting you any closer to what you need to find, but we could probably help you if you want to tag along with us. We're going, and we could try to help you.
She looks down. She looks down at the muffin after, as she's talking. Then up at Catori, and she seems to be able to focus in at least a little bit at listening to her and what she's saying. And if you start moving toward the door, she is going to follow you, but doing that wide arc to be away from everyone else.
Boundaries, I dig it. Let's just slowly back away.
But she is following you.
Sweet, new friend.
All right, excellent.
I meant just to copy the one, but I ended up copying all of you, and so now I gotta get rid of that. And Precious walks you out through you out the door. And she looks to everybody. If you're looking for Crackle, I suggest, and she points to a path. Not the path, but a standard path. And she's, now, be careful. These woods are full of new and interesting creatures. Delicious, some of them, but do be careful. You're looking to go deep into the forest. Mind the spider webs. If you see spider webs, go the other way. Crackle would never go near them.
I get that. All right.
And she's like, and now to begin fixing the door. You see her reach into her apron and pull out a screwdriver and a hammer and stuff, and she just goes back into the bar to start fixing things. I realize I've called this an inn, a tavern, and a bar.
Yeah,
I mean,
that tracks.
It's a catch-all.
I feel like in Tir Lobhadh it's kind of interchangeable.
They're adaptive.
All right. Are you guys just gonna head north on the trail? Is that the plan, or
I think that's.
do you all go ahead?
I think that's a good starting point.
I
and once
agree.
we
It's
get-
probably safe. We don't want to scare our new friend away. We don't want to upset them. So we should probably not deviate from the original plan that we said we were gonna do. Might make us untrustworthy.
Of course.
It's like, as we were worried, Rupert is, of course, fighting with me and Nika.
Guess what else would he be doing?
Sounds about right.
I will make a note that while she was in there fighting, now that you have her out of the inn and can see a little bit more of her, not up against a pillar or a wall or something, she has a weapon strapped to her back. It's actually a fairly big flail that she didn't use that entire time.
I love that.
So we kind of just got the big fuck off weapon squad here.
Yes.
As you all, this is the northern path leading you further into into Tir Lobhadh. Now, couple things that you definitely will notice: mushrooms everywhere, huge, just absolutely huge. Also, there are trees that dwarf the mushrooms again, like trees bigger than redwood oaks. Bigger than redwoods. Like on a scale that is just amazing. Have you all introduced each other and yourselves to each other?
I know that she has it. She's just following them. She's just like, all right.
Yeah, absolutely. If that's the comfortable level we want to be, I'm down with it. Ahead of you, you all hear the unmistakable sound of combat. You hear something large charging through the forest, and that's all we can make out without any rolls.
I think I could roll because one of my tags is brawler. So I feel like maybe I'd have some professional opinions on what's going on ahead.
No,
Maybe?
yeah, absolutely. I'll take it. Give me 2d20. Yeah, a natural 20 for sure. All right. So you see this creature comes running around the corner. And it is... you see a couple arrows stuck in it. You see what wants to get out of here. This does not want to fight.
Oh.
Like, it's running through the woods. You see parts of its antlers have been hacked off. And then around the corner, like, it is trying to get away from people. Like, these three these are furbolgs. I know they look like cows, but that's because they do. And they are all wearing, like, those horns are not their actual horns. Like, they have fake horns as hats on top of themselves. Some, like, one of them is basically just a headband with like teeth from some big creature, like, stable to it. The other two are like antlers from a smaller creature, and they're chasing down this creature. They have weapons. Two of them have bows. One of them has a spear, and the one with the spear is like lining up to just huck the spear at it. Nobody sees you all, but this hunt is happening in front of you.
Poor cutie. I desire to save this adorable, large, that could probably eat me animal, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I wish to help it.
She's going to also help. As it's running by, she's going to say, I guess kind of to herself, this one's more even, I think. And then she pulls the flail off of her back, and she's like setting up to actually like throw it at the person getting ready to strike it. Or throw a strike at them anyway.
Oh yeah, we just starting off. Let's attack them right away. All right, yeah, go for it.
Let's
Yeah.
fuck them up. Let's do this.
For sure. All right. So
All
with
right.
the 20, Catori, you are in the perfect spot. Like, before it can let go of, before the one cultist can let go of the spear, you are. They don't even see you. You guys get blind shots at them. You can either take a raw success on what you're doing, not even have to roll. All of you just raw success, or you can roll an extra d20 in case you want a 29 to get a 20.
The dice and I are not always pals, so I'm gonna take what I have and not be greedy.
Yeah, for sure. What's the attack? So these two, I'm gonna say the ones without the hood on are, they have the bows. They are just huge long bows. Like they are throwing what looks like a normal person's javelin out of these bows. That's how big the arrows are. The one in the middle just has multiple javelins strapped to their back, but they're almost halberds. Like their tips are like solid metal. So when they throw them, they're designed to go in and then drag the creature down. Like they are super heavy. And it's lining up a shot. You get a free hit. Who do you hit? Or what do you do?
So, our new friend is going after which one?
The one that was about to strike at the creature trying to get away. Like the one that was lining up a shot.
Oh yeah, that's the guy right in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna go for the guy that's right in front of me. And I'm just gonna, like, I don't know, sort of swing my caber across so it comes square across their chest and knocks them back and all the way back. As far back as I can knock them.
Oh, absolutely. He's lining up his shot as soon as that spear goes in him, he's gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna hit it right in the face. Like he's lining it up, and all of a sudden your caber just crashes into his chest, and you hear his stone armor break. And it just like shatters as he goes flying back. He's like, oops. And as he looks over at them, and as he like falls to the ground, he's not dead. He just took 8 damage, like raw to his chest. And it's not the best situation. Everybody has 50 HP, for the record. 50, and for NPCs like these guys only have 20. It's like you just rocked him for almost half of his health.
I'm still wearing my pauldron though, right? That gives everybody like super scary vibes from me.
Oh, absolutely. Like they are, as like the middle one looks over to see what's going on. What's your attack look like? You just throwing this jawbone around?
Yeah, she's taking like a step back, like getting a lot of power behind it, and then reeling forward and basically like punching forward, and then like as the chain is just like flying, like gliding through her hands, and the jawbone is going to crack right into that middle guy, or at least it's going to attempt to.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you wanna roll? And you can add more tags to that roll if you want to, for sure. You just get an
Okay.
extra d20, or you call it as the normal success and take the
I think
you'll deal the max damage of your weapon, but no more.
Okay, I was gonna say, I think I want to use the tag for like blunt, because she's using the back of the jawbone to crack right into that guy. She's not using the teeth or anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
This
So
is
you get 2d20 automatically. Did you want to
Okay.
add another die for effectiveness or another die for accuracy?
If I was gonna do a die, I would probably want to do it for effectiveness.
Yeah, absolutely. So 2d20 to see if you hit. All right, absolutely. And now 2d10.
Okay, and then on this it says that if the wielder does 15 or higher on the attack, I can add a tag knocked back or staggered.
Yep, absolutely. Which one would you like to
Okay,
add?
knocked back. I want to do knocked back.
All right.
And then 2d20.
Yeah, 7 damage. You like crack him. You see his big spear go flying into the air as he cracks down. This last one over here is like looking back and forth. He recognizes the fact that a threat is coming, but he does not see you, Osiria. So, what's it look like for you?
I don't think Osiria is actually going to attack here. Mostly because she doesn't feel the need to like exactly fight these people. Rather, she's posturing like defensively behind the other two to be ready to like protect them if it does escalate to a bigger fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you give me 2d20? This one's not going to cost you tag points, but give me 2d20 for your naturalist.
All right.
I'm just telling you that just in case you get a 20 here, so that you can put experience into naturalist. They really wanted to for a second.
Ah.
Right. But so with the 8, the creature behind you is licking its wounds. It cannot walk anymore. It has taken all of its energy just to get here. Like it has clearly run. You recognize that. Here's your tough choice. Do you want to know its tags, or do you want to know how much HP it's at?
I would like to know its tags, I think.
Right. This guy has hulking. It has horned, hulking. It has a horned, hulking, and it has sluggish as its flaw. Like those, like this creature only has those 3. Its antlers
Alright.
are beat up quite a bit. You can see in those antlers are multiple arrows that look like they came straight from these guys. And they have given it the additional flaw, wounded and bleeding. Bleeding is the next level up on it. As you can see, one of these arrows hit it in... I would say it's like a heart shot, but it's not like a very effective one. This creature's is dying, but not dying quickly.
Okay.
But you are where you have placed yourself. They cannot hit it without going through you. But yeah, and also, meanwhile, you see Iskra coming. Iskra, are you mad at this situation? Like, how are you feeling about this? They are sport hunting this creature. I need that to be very clear.
We're
Oh.
sport hunting?
No, we're not.
Not these guys. The cows and the furbolgs. They are the cult of the ram. They hunt big creatures to hunt them, not specifically for food, but for... I'm not saying they don't eat them, but that is not the goal. Their goal is to prove how much better they are than their target.
Yeah, I'd be a little mad.
Yeah, see, that changes things a little bit in the perception of these people.
The series like, wait a minute. We do want to punch these guys.
Just like when you put it like that, no, they're going down.
So 2 of them are down. One of them has an arrow that just keeps like hovering between Catori, our new silky friend, and Osiria. They do not see you, Iskra, at all. Like, this one is the only one still standing. This guy has been knocked down by getting hit in the chest with a jawbone attached to a chain. This one has had his stone plate mail chest shattered by Catori's caber, and he is having a real hard time breathing. And then this last one just keeps moving his arrow between the those 3. The arrow is the size of a javelin. It is big. This guy is a big dude. They are all average 8 feet to 12 feet tall.
What's his javelin made out of?
Is made. Oh, this won't take extra rolls or any. This won't take extra time. But if anybody wants to give me a roll to see if they can spot that, if you have any tags that could help you with that, absolutely. Or you could just make a raw 20.
I mean, would that be part of what I would have noticed in my 20?
Oh yeah, because you were rolling brawler, so like you'd be like instantly spotting that he has his arrows are made of wood all the way through, and they are wrapped in barbs, like barbed vines that look like they are poisonous.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw a fireball, not at him, but at the javelin arrow.
Yeah, absolutely. You can roll. You can get an extra D20 if you want to roll an elementalist or magical or protector. All 3 of those would actually work if you wanted to.
So I'm rolling 2.
You can roll, if you want to roll 2 for sure, but you can roll up to 4 if you want to spend a lot of points in it.
Okay. I'm just going to roll. I'll just roll. I can roll 1 is an option.
Yeah, you can roll 1. Oof.
I see that having a computer versus a phone is not going to help my rolls any.
Rolls are nightmares. Like, you shoot the fireball at him, he dodges back. You see on his like on his left pauldron, you see him like pull up his arm, and it absorbs the fire. And he turns and looks at Iskra, and he looses his bow. He is just gonna use his marksman tag to get an extra. Oof. And Iskra, you feel the arrow. It doesn't. Oh no! With a 19, it definitely does.
Is that
It
a 9?
hit-
It's a 13 on my screen. Or my...
Oh, there's a 13 and a 19. He rolled
Oh, okay.
2.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. And like this is gonna be the damage. If this is over, if the damage number is over a 4, you also get the tag poisoned. So you take 5 damage and you receive the tag poisoned. Poisoned every time you do anything. Every time you make a roll, you take a d6 worth of damage until you get it cured. He pulls out another arrow and he notches it to the bow, and he's starting to turn towards you, Catori. But that is as much as he can do right now. The other 2 are trying to get up, but they don't get turns this turn. Because the one is knocked down, the one has his armor broken, and he's trying to like wheeze breath. But if they get a turn to catch their breath, they will make attacks against you. You hear the creature slump to the ground behind you. Its breathing is being is racked. Like it is also poisoned right now.
Poor baby. Well, I definitely want to smash.
Oh, absolutely.
Hold on, I'm checking my. Okay, so do I roll a d10 then?
If you Do you want to make an attack on the guy who's like this guy? Is that who you're after? The standing guy or any of the other guys?
I want the one that's the next threat.
Oh yeah, then yeah. So you can use your brawler tag. Absolutely, works perfectly in this situation. You can either roll 2d20 and get a more accurate hit, or you could bank on 1d20 and then roll 2d20 as your damage. Because I don't think I see how Artisan or Bookish would help you in this situation. But you guys can use team-up attacks if you want to use somebody else's tag. If somebody wants to help you.
I'll
But
just
also just go ahead.
go. Well, so wait. If I roll using brawler again, what does that mean?
You can either get an additional d20 on your accuracy, so you would roll another d20, or you could roll another d10 for damage. These guys have a max of 10 HP, but this one has not been hit yet.
10 or 20 HP.
Oh, 10.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I'll do. All right, I'm gonna do 1d20 first.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. An 11 is a success, but it's more of a minor success. So instead of you rolling your d10, you're going to roll a d8. But you do still get to roll 2 of them. What was the hit like? Like, how did you hit him?
I was aiming for the face. I was just like a line drive right to the nose.
Right in the snoot.
I'm gonna boop that snoot.
You smack him so hard, like he's looking the other way. Now, everybody else, this is where we're at. This guy is currently like reeling from the blow, but you see him reaching to the side. He's about to grab his like short sword and go in for like he's definitely planning, if he survives, to charge and stab Catori. Like that is the way his body is angled.
Okay. I think I'm going to try and use Guardian to stop him.
Absolutely. Effectiveness or accuracy?
He's lining up a shot.
Yeah.
I am probably gonna do accuracy, and I'm going to throw the flail gun and try to break his hand.
Yeah, give me 2d20.
Okay. I got a reap and sow.
Huh.
Nice.
Okay. Now, this is our first time seeing this character, everybody. So, I'm gonna put forth an idea, and you tell me if you're good with it. Because you were using the Guardian tag for this, you see in that moment that all of their weapons are poisoned. Like, these are they are the less than noble Cult of the Ram. Not all the Cult of the Ram people are like this, just because we have met a couple cool ones, but these ones want to win through poisoning. And like, that you can feel it. Something about this poison is ancient. And it's been used forever. It is a cruel and slow death to save all of the... Like, you can't eat the meat of the creature that dies of this. Like, the meat's going to be tainted forever if a creature dies of this. Now, you 100% broke this man's hand. Like, that's easy. Was it enough? Are you able to stop yourself? Do you want to stop yourself?
I think that there is probably something in her that she's been forced to not do harm for a really long time, or doing things for other people that she didn't want to. And I think that even in this kind of foggy state, this like limbo that she's in mentally, there's a part of her that does want to feed into making these people pay. So I think that she might go too far.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
that that's the problem, is she's gonna go too far.
Against specifically this one, or are we aiming for the other two? Oh, let's stick to the one for now.
Yeah, the one for now, but the other two are not going to have a good time if they remain.
What's it look like? Like, what is going too far? And you don't have to like get visceral with it if you don't want to. You can if you want to.
Yeah, I can, and I think I might for this. I think that when she throws forward that big jawbone and she breaks his hand, she actually snaps it back, and you hear the crack as it flies straight through his wrist. And as the flail is going, she finally grabs it and she yanks it back, but then she hooks his neck with it, and she is like pulling him toward her at a great speed. But I also have to like do damage too, so I don't want to say too much and then have it
Oh
be
no,
like,
you rolled a 20. It's max.
oh, okay.
Like you will murder this man. And also, Kira just hit him for 6 when he only had 10 HP.
Okay. Yeah, and I do a D10 on mine. So yeah, she might have decapitated him in front of his friends.
Yeah, absolutely. And like Catori's like horn shines, like golden horns shines in the sun. Like intimidation to the nth degree. They are so scared of you. I am going to. I'm rolling a d20 for them both.
Okay.
Like the higher number is like, yeah, you're scary, but they, even though they're the shitty part of Cult of the Ram, they do think maybe they can still take you, and if they kill you, you are a much like, this might be a Silky. They think you might be a Silky.
Yeah.
Silky. They think you might be it.
Yeah, I think when she pulls back after decapitating him, her face and her hair and her clothes are just spattered with his blood. And so there's like the patches of her skin and the little markings and stuff, but then she's freckled with his blood too. And she's just staring at them with that blank stare.
So there's the 20-sided. Low roll, they run away. Anything under 10, they're going to try to run away. Anything above it, they're going to try to stay to fight. Yep. They are getting to their feet. They're attempting it, and like you see them like look back and forth. They see you take the head off, and they reach and grab their melee weapons. This guy pulls just a spear off of his back. He's holding it like a halberd. This guy pulls out two like double-bladed axes, like serrated, like super nasty looking. Everything is dripping with poison. They are the poisoners. That is, one of their tags is just poison. But they still have to wait until Iskra and Osiria go.
Which, if I may, now that she's got a better understanding of the situation, these guys want to fight monsters. Osiria's gonna give them exactly what they want. She's just gonna pounce on one of them in wolf form. And just kind of like go at it with her claws.
Which one would you say you're going after? The one with the two axes or the one with the halberd?
Which one has more health left currently? Like, which
that
one has
would-
been attacked?
They have both been hit. The halberd one has taken less damage.
I'm gonna go after the one with less damage taken then.
Yeah, absolutely. One second, let me look at your... Yeah, this is definitely monstrous or protector or naturalist. All three of these, like, I can see an extra 20-sider for it. Or if you want to roll 2 and take the lower, I could see self-sacrificing, putting yourself between it and the monster. But I feel like this is more an attack than a defense.
Yeah. And we said we can use multiples of different tags on one attack, right?
Absolutely.
Can I use naturalist for accuracy and monstrous for damage?
You sure can.
Alright, so that's what we're gonna do, as she, like, pounces up from her defensive position behind the other two. Probably bounds off one of the trees here, and then just, like, dives straight onto him, claws out, and attacks.
"13 is really funny for a broken, cursed character.
And 13 is so funny when she's in wolf form, especially.
But you did hear the curse, so it's not an automatic 20, but I do like it. I'm gonna call that a success for sure. Give me 2d10 as you just claw the hell out of this thing. Or, like, is it just claws or are you biting? I'll let you figure it out based on your roll.
Yeah, let's see the roll first.
Oh, he dead.
Yep,
He's
that was the
dead.
point. She wanted to send a message.
To who we don't know. That's that guy's dead.
There's still one left.
Yeah.
Alright, Iskra. You're up. I'm not gonna say that you have to, like, have that arrow in yourself. You could have pulled it out by now. All of that is perfectly fine. You did take damage. You are poisoned. Like, this guy is holding an axe. His next move, if he can make a move, is he is going to try to bury both of his axes into Osiria's back after she turned into the wolf. He's the only one left standing. He is still brave enough to just fight, despite the fact that it looks impossible.
Okay. I want to throw up an ice wall in front of, between him and Osiria to stop him. And then, throw some electricity his way, straight into the axe handles.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say, give me... If you want to use tag points, you could use elementalist or magical, I would say.
We'll do elemental.
So give me 2d20. Yeah, that'll do it. He goes, like, he swings his axe, and it just buries itself in that ice wall that you formed. And then immediately, as he's trying to, like, yank it out, you just see, like, the electricity rip through him.
Oh my god.
And he just falls on his knees and then collapses over. It's definitely, like, his whole face burns a bit, and you see, like, cow skull for a second. And then he falls over. Also dead. All three of these guys are dead.
Just cooking our enemies. It's fine. Don't panic.
Can I also heal myself at this point?
Oh, for sure, for sure. Go ahead and roll to heal yourself. You are gonna have to spend a TP though.
Okay, how many of those do I start with?
TP you start with 10.
Okay.
And if you use your flaw, you get one back. Or if you play like very much two character. If Flynn, if you like because you did use one by taking Flynn, not Flynn, but we call it Flynn when we're introducing her. Like for like using the reap and sow the way you did, I think you get one of your tag points back.
All right, cool.
For just murdering that man.
Yes.
Okay.
You all are standing next to this huge creature that's name is Ein something, because I have a very hard time pronouncing those words, but we'll call them Eins. It is labored breathing. It is very much poisoned. It has arrows in all of its legs, and like I said, that one is poking its heart. I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
I am confident I can stitch up his wounds.
Okay.
And
I mean, I have healing abilities, so I could heal myself and heal him.
Okay.
Huzzah!
I might be able to remedy the poison.
Yeah, with the poison, I have the ecologist tag. I might try to see if there is something around to help with the poison for both Iskra and this thing.
While I heal our wounds.
Yeah.
But we have to. I feel like Alan said that spear is really close to its heart, so we have to remove it delicately.
Oh yeah. I want to leave that to the people that actually have medical, have actual.
Not me, so.
Yeah. Also, not me. I am not a doctor or a vet or anything like that. So.
If I heated it at the same, would it cauterize at the same time? Like as we like slowly take it out and I heat it up, would it cauterize the wound at the same time? And I can also send in healing.
That might be something. I think when he comes back in a second, we'll be able to.
Oh no, I was listening.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought you were gone.
Oh, I was gone. I was just listening.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I mean it sounds like a plan. Like you guys can use each other's naturalist tags too. Like Iskra and Osiria. No, wait, Iskra doesn't have naturalist. Iskra has magical.
Yeah, I thought for sure Iskra would be one of the naturalists, but consider me shocked.
Protector.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sorry. So do we need to roll, and what do we roll? And
I
who does
don't-
it first?
I don't think you guys
Or is
need
it
to
just a
roll
thing?
specifically. I think if you just spend tag points, you are fine to just. If you want to do it without like exerting yourselves, then you guys would make rolls. But if you wanted to do it, just take your time and use your specializations. Absolutely.
I'll use Stitchcrafter to make sure that I put him back together correctly and don't mess it up.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, is it all four of you doing something? That'd be adorable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we're
we spent all
all
this
playing
time
a part.
protecting him, so we're gonna work on him.
Yeah, can everybody give me 2d20? And for the record, both Osiria and Catori are officers, so they can negate ones.
Okay.
All right.
See, that's why I said it out loud.
Ah, that was so
Yeah,
close
so that
to a
one doesn't
20.
count. We all rolled well.
Yeah, we got a 16, a 14, a 19, and a 16. But absolutely. So Iskra was like pulling out the arrows and cauterizing the wounds at the same time.
Yeah, and using my healing abilities.
Using the healing abilities, absolutely. Catori was like taking care of some of the bigger gashes with the stitchcraft and making sure he's putting all the organs back in place. It was definitely, this thing has been through the ringer. Some of these arrows are days old. You know what I mean? Like they've been in this creature for a while. Osiria and not Flynn. You two noticed that the poison is all through this creature, though. He's going to be very sick. This is a male creature.
Mhm.
He's going to be very sick for a long time unless you guys can get that poison out. You rolled successes. You can get the poison out. How? What's it look like?
I was using the ecologist tag because I figured she would at least have some sort of I mean, I guess it's not naturalist, but I was thinking along the lines of her
Oh.
knowing older, like, uses for
I mean-
certain plants and stuff.
Yeah, I think
That's fair.
ecologist and naturalist both work for this, so
Yeah, I feel like if they work together,
Absolutely. So you two,
because she wants to get both Iskra and the little beastie not poisoned anymore.
oh, absolutely. This is a real easy one. There are mushrooms all around that if you don't eat them, you simply pluck them up and plant them on somebody that is poisoned, and it will seep. It'll take the poison out themselves. It'll take a while, but it does lessen the effect significantly. Like, so even Iskra, like if you take one and put one like on her shoulder or anywhere, like a little like patch on, they will pull all the poison out, and once all the poison's removed, it will fall off.
Okay.
These mushrooms are not the sentient ones that you don't start shit with. These are just mushrooms.
I think she's gonna grab one of the mushrooms and she walks over to Iskra with it and seems to be more trusting of her. Like she feels that they are similar in some way, but she can't place it. So she'll walk over to her and not seem as skittish, and she hands her one of the mushrooms and explains how to use it.
Iskra's power is incredibly similar to yours, by the way. Like you,
Just different area, but
Yeah,
yeah, she
right?
wouldn't know why she feels.
regional differences
yeah.
is exactly it.
So after
Go ahead.
hearing the explanation, then I would just do as I was told.
So we attach that mushroom, and now it's working very good. You no longer have the poison tag. Like you have a mushroom on you. Just keep that mushroom safe, and you will the poison will not hurt you anymore. But for Osiria, you recognize you're gonna need a much bigger mushroom to help this creature. Right now we've got little ones on it, keeping it safe. It's not gonna die. It's just gonna rest here. We can make it comfortable. But it will die in a matter of days unless we can get a much bigger mushroom to suck this poison out, to leach the poison.
I might actually have a potential alternative.
Oh, for sure, hit me.
Could Osiria use her thorny extraction tattoo to, like, clear out the remnants to, like, get it to a level that the mushrooms can manage?
No, for sure, absolutely. Don't roll a 1 this time.
Look, that's never gone bad before. Surely it'll be fine.
Well, you have people here to help with the 1.
Oh, we removed the other 1. Like, Kira's 1. Like, because Kira rolled a 16 and a 1. You rolled a 14 and a 9. Osiria rolled a 15 and a 19. And Iskra rolled 2 16s. So either Kira or Osiria had to give up the officer thing so that we did not kill this creature while trying to heal it.
Which,
Okay.
I don't mind doing it this time, so...
But yeah, go ahead, give me... Yeah, there is still 1, but I just need to make sure we said it out loud. Yeah, go ahead and give me 2d20. Try to suck the... Unless you... are you using Naturalist with this as well?
To be safe, I might actually use 2 tags here. Naturalist and Protector.
That both of those make perfect sense to me.
So that would be 3d20, right?
Yep, 3d20. The sheer number of 13s you're rolling. And yesterday too. Hold on to the tag poisonous.
Oh.
You
Nice.
can add that to a weapon, to an ability, to something. You are able to have the tag poisonous. Like, you have that blood. You have poisonous blood that has the tag poisonous. So at some point, you can start making poisonous weapons if you want to. It is nasty poison, though. Like, it is bad. Like, only use it against something that you want to die in pain.
Rainy day kind of poison.
Thine stands up and, like, shakes its head, looks at its wounds that are mostly sealed up, scratches the ground a little bit, and definitely gives you all a bit of a nuzzle. Like, sends you all, like, flying around, but not really. It's big, though. This creature is... He's large.
That's a big boy. Aoife is going to scratch it on its hindquarters.
Can I boop the snoot?
Oh, absolutely. It's so happy. It has like a cow tongue. I don't know how many of you are like familiar with being licked by a cow.
Oh, it's
like
slimy.
upstate New York field trips are a riot.
I used to feed baby cows. It's so slimy. They're just ugh.
And like it nuzzles up against all of you, and it just sits down like a dog waiting for treats style. Its
Boy, do
tail-
I have a pocket full of treats for you.
Catori's like, oh, you don't say.
It's the reason I tag along. It's because I always bring the snacks.
It will very happily take any of your snacks from you. Like just nom 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 nom. So- Aoife. Aoife, sorry.
Yeah.
Aoife. Because of your reap and sow, now that you have calmed down, you can feel the missing part of yourself deeper into these mushroom-laden woods.
Oh.
And you sense, because it was a reap and sow, you also sense an ancient enemy. Like the last time you were yourself, you faced something that is the same makeup of what you feel in the distance. Corrupted, disgusting, unnatural.
He's going to be in the middle of petting this thing or like scratching it in all the good spots. And then when she feels that pull, she's going to just suddenly seem like she's being pulled by a string. And she's, without a word, she is just gonna move with a purpose. Just in the direction that she's feeling it.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Like, is this guy completely healed? Like, he's all better and we can leave him where he is?
Absolutely. He will, yeah, I'm not gonna hurt him anymore. You guys have done all the work you need to cure him.
Okay, I just didn't know if I should call Pearl or something and be like, hey, come get this guy, he needs help.
There is a world where I would call Pearl just to report this and to report like what's going on down here. Because none of us are against hunting for survival in this fantasy world. In the real world too, but like we don't.
Yeah, there's definitely like a difference between respectful hunting and what this was.
Exactly. I just feel like one is more immediate and one is a report I can give after all of this is done. And a map I can draw. So, on to the other things.
Yeah, for sure. Let's just do it. As you all start walking further into the darker forest, like here's where it starts getting spooky. You are also being followed by Ein, by the way. He is not leaving you alone.
Oh, cool.
You're
we're
now
good
his
friends.
best friend.
Okay. Catori is not comfortable with this 110%, just raising my hand so that is known.
Not comfortable with him following? Or
Yes, 100%. He should go.
I mean,
well,
Catori is scarred.
You know what you gotta do, Catori. We've all seen those sad movie scenes where the dog wants to follow you.
No, why? Why do you do this to me?
Traumatize her again. This is the Kelpie all over again.
It's all over again.
Stop making friends with giant animals. And I'll stop
So
making
now
you
I'm
fall
trying
in
to
love with them.
push the giant animal away to save it, and you're just like,
You're like,
no,
"No."
it's following you.
You gotta
All right,
tell
you know
him,
what?
get out of here, and you're just crying and wiping your eyes.
I
Get
love
out
you.
of here.
I've changed my mind. I've changed my mind. No, I can't do that either. Catori would not do that either. Okay, no, you know what? I'm just gonna keep feeding it snacks and just be on alert. I'm not out of character. All right, let's go.
look, we got 2 people here with Protector. It'll be safe, I'm sure.
Who doesn't have... So... Yeah, AOIFE has guard?
Let me see. She has Guardian.
Yeah, it's your special attack, that's right. Now, I keep forgetting some of you keep your tags to yourselves, but so as you go through, and Ein, by the way, is like helping you guys out. He's using his horns to clear out paths for you all as you're like walking down places. Like there were gonna be rolls there, but I don't think it's necessary. You guys are prepared.
Yeah, we got a homie.
But you come across this absolutely giant mushroom that has what looks like at some point it was probably a natural hole in it, a hollow in it, but has been cleared out. It feels homey in a way, but also Catori, all of you, all four of you have reasons that you would know there is something twisted in there, as if magic has gone completely wrong. You haven't felt this since the corruption was cleared out, but even that, this feels weird for the corruption. Like, what if corruption got corrupted?
Mm-hmm. I think she's going to be standing at the entrance, holding her flail, like holding the base of the jawbone. And she's just standing there staring into the kind of cave, and it's like she's visibly starting to shake.
Ein cannot fit through this mushroom. He's like, his antlers are too wide.
Yeah, he has to wait outside.
There's a soft
Oh.
whine, like he is scared of whatever's in there.
I'm gonna leave him with a pile of snacks and just tell him to curl up and chill and snuggle up but not hide a little bit, okay? Because wherever there could be more danger, so hide a little bit, but have these snacks.
You're very incredibly loud as it like lays down and like its cow tongue comes out, licks up the snacks.
Before we go, Siri's gonna give it a little pat on the head and just be like, "It is okay, friend. We will be back soon."
It nods and just he nods and stares, unblinking at the door. He hides himself under some roughage, and like it just his antlers are sticking out, but they just look like little trees. And if you all didn't know where he was, you wouldn't see him. He's very good at hiding.
That is terrifying.
Wait, is Catori loud for some people?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No. You sound great to me. Like,
Yeah, I didn't think you were too loud at all.
Perfect.
all right, so we going in?
Yeah. Aoife will look over her shoulder at the other three for just a second, and then just go right in.
Oh, well, I suppose we are wasting no time. Shall we?
Lead the way.
As soon as you enter, it goes almost it goes pitch black. Oh, there's like one quick turn and you can no longer see the light of day outside. As you continue walking through, the only light that, unless you guys light torches or anything, which is perfectly fine still, you start to see some bioluminescent mushrooms all around you.
Can I put fire and use one of my bracers to just kind of light my hand as a torch?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no need to roll for that. We can just have you as a torch. Just in case anybody was worried that I was going to set Osiria on fire. I was not.
Good.
Good.
You might actually
Please
just die. You said there were bioluminescent mushrooms around, though?
Yep, absolutely.
Could I, like, collect a few of those as we go? Just, like...
Yeah, sure. Roll me 2d20 because of Naturalist. Oof. Oof.
Well,
As you reach out to grab one of the mushrooms, you feel it pull your energy. You feel because like you all see, and I don't know if you see it as Osiria walks up to one of them, grabs one of them, and it's just a delightful little purple mushroom. It's glowing beautifully. It'll make a fine lamp. You see one right next to it that looks the exact same. And as you grab it, you take 25 damage and fall to the ground. All of the mushrooms in the area begin to light up incredibly brightly. And then you feel that corruption. You feel that pull. HYPHAEUS, you have intruders.
Well, well, well. What do we have here?
I am terribly sorry. I did not
Aoife just
realize.
hunkers down and takes up a stance, just staring daggers into him.
As Iskra would step to kind of confront him and ask who he is.
Who are we? We would like to know the answer to that question as well. The better question would be, but what are we? We are fungi. We are the mycelium that connects the fungi. We are the threads of hyphae that form the mycelium. Perhaps the question of what are we answers the question of who are we? HYPHAEUS seems a fitting sobriquet. Yes. Call us HYPHAEUS.
What's your purpose here, other than connecting?
Our purpose. We believe that is what we are trying to find.
What do you mean? How are you trying to find your purpose?
We were not always as you see us before you now. Our first experience of consciousness was sudden and traumatic. Before, our existence was one of purpose and purification. Our lives were a cycle of birth and death ad infinitum. We were the rot and the growth. But now, we are unsure of our purpose, unsure of who we are. And so we seek.
Well, so your intentions aren't the same as they were before.
We don't believe we entirely had intentions before. We are something new.
Your Catori, your Patagon plushie is going off significantly in his presence. It's doing the radium detection, like click 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 click. It's like this creature is solidified corruption. Like they
I will
what-
share that information with the group quietly, though. So I'm like, hey guys, let's go.
Well, at the moment they seem harmless enough, so perhaps we should approach this situation more peacefully.
We would ask why you have come to our home.
How do you know it's your home if you've just popped into existence? Just because you claimed it doesn't make it your home.
We will give you that. But we do currently occupy this space.
With no purpose or true intentions.
None that we have discovered yet.
Aoife's eyes have not left HYPHAEUS at all. I don't even know if she's blinked. She has her expression the further into this sort of cave they've gone, like she seems considerably more alert now than she's been this entire time. And she's going to maybe have misplaced hatred, but definitely hatred in her voice as she calls to him. Where is it?
Where is what?
I believe she is searching for her lost skin, if you happen to have any ideas on where that might be.
We know nothing of this skin. We are also puzzled because does she not already wear skin?
What is the feeling that Aoife has right now?
Alright. So Aoife, you feel that in this cave. Okay. I think first you gotta get the fact that you are definitely. You have a prejudice against what he is. Even if it's
He's
not
just
who.
full corruption. Yeah.
Um, full corruption, but like also, according to. It's not spreading. But you might not have remembered the fact that it did spread. So, it is unlike the normal corruption. Like, it is not spreading out, it is contained. We've never seen it talk before. Also, it's wearing clothes. Which is buck wild. Also, it does seem to be a skull/mushroom. And it has as much in common with the stuff that you are supposed to protect as it does with the stuff that you want to destroy. I imagine that's very difficult to like get your head wrapped around. But if you think your character can do that, if you believe that's true, and I'm not going to make you roll for it unless you want to roll for it, what you're seeking is beyond it. There's something further back in this cave.
Okay. I know that they're. I don't necessarily want to start a fight right now. But I don't know exactly how she would react to this situation and if she could move past it immediately. So I might roll and see.
Yeah, for sure. If you yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how she would behave in this situation, given that information. Okay, she can move past it. It's gonna be difficult for her at first, but eventually she seems to be swallowing her pride or whatever it is. And she is going to do that same kind of wide berth that she gave people in the tavern. And she's going to be watching them, since it is them even though it's a he playing, so it's watching them the whole time. Before she can finally just get around them completely and keep moving further in. Basically, if they come near her, she's gonna say, get out of her way.
Is your character saying any of like this sort of conflicting feelings? Are you saying any of these things out loud by chance?
I think that with her, it's more likely that she's not hiding her feelings, but she's not like monologuing it. I think that if you can see her face and her behavior with them, you can tell that she really had to fight to not like strike him or strike them. It was like a very visible like battle with herself on her face and like all through her body.
Okay. Catori's going to turn to newest mushroom person and ask, have you looked around this place since you've been here? Have you wandered around?
We have. We are familiar with the layout.
And I think she's noticing that other new friend is sort of trying to wander on past. So like just shot in the dark, she's just gonna say, well, why don't you show us around your home and let's get to know each other. Maybe we can be friends.
Yes.
Friends. What is a friend?
Well, let's walk and talk and you'll learn all about it.
We are amenable to this. We are curious as to your purpose here. Come, follow us.
This is my kitchen. I don't eat.
This is the futon where I play Call of Duty.
Look, I personally enjoy Fortnite.
There you go.
But as you're walking back, HYPHAEUS is like got a big mushroom head, so I just move these guys over here.
I've also given our new mushroom friend a muffin. I have just handed. Would you like a muffin?
Muffins are the most mushroom-like pastry that we know. We have a local place that does mushroom stumps. They look like little logs with little like fondant mushrooms on them.
HYPHAEUS takes the the muffin and just kind of like turns it back and forth in his hand or their hand. What do we do with this?
I suggest consuming it in whatever way you feel comfortable consuming a treat.
HYPHAEUS kind of cocks his head, and you see the muffin just kind of like melt into his hand. And kind of he cocks his head or cocks their head to the other side. Intriguing. We believe this is the first time we have had a muffin.
Exactly. Good experience? Bad experience? Do you have feelings about it?
We are unsure.
And that is your right to be unsure. So let's talk about being friends. And then I will chatter away while other people do stuff.
Aoife, Iskra, and Osiria. The amounts of us at the end of Guardian type names is kind of funny.
Yeah, it's a weird trend when now that you mention it.
It's like the fuck.
It's the culture.
The culture is just like the sound.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Vala is the guardian of Pokemon.
Yeah. Indeed.
You all feel a flash of, it is like rotten meat, like around you. Like it is that feeling that you get repulsed by when you see a bunch of maggots. I'm not saying looking at maggots can't be cool. I'm just saying we have an inherent knee-jerk reaction to this is repulsive. There is something so disgusting up in front of you, it makes you three want to retch. and like, you guys can keep approaching it. You don't have to make rolls to like to recover from it. But if you want to just learn anything before you move forward, that would be a roll.
Yeah, I think I want to learn a thing or two because I know that she's gonna want to keep moving forward.
Yeah. What would you like to roll?
Hmm. Could I do ecologist again?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Is that 1 or 2 d20s?
2d20.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. There, there's something ahead that is tainting guardian magic, very specifically. Isker, you have felt something similar to this. I'll let that 19 carry for everybody.
Okay, cool.
You felt something similar when somebody was trying to taint the Tatzel worm. When they were trying to capture it, you feel the fight or flight so incredibly strong ahead of you. Osiria, you smell death in the air, like decaying, like disgusting. But something is happening in front of you, and I figured that was going to happen. So, like, I'm describing as though it was already a 20. Somebody up ahead of you, and you guys can like pick up the hearing that somebody is hastily doing things. The bioluminescence of the mushrooms are flickering on and off, like somebody's using an immense amount of power in here.
Mm-hmm.
But Catori's like plushie is just like doing the click 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 thing to a ridiculous degree as well. And HYPHAEUS, you feel that there is power going on here, but it's gross even for you. And you're made of corruption.
We do not remember this being here. We feel a wrongness.
That's
Okay,
probably bad.
I have a question for you, HYPHAEUS. You said you were connected to all mushroom kind, yeah? Do you communicate with each other? Like, are you able to kind of figure out how to talk to any mushrooms that are hanging out ahead of us to find out what they know and can sense or even see?
We can attempt to do so. You are the first people that we have talked to. We haven't even talked to our fellow mushrooms. Intriguing. And HYPHAEUS just kind of steps forward and kind of starts to shake a little bit as spores come out from the gills in his head and start spreading towards the other mushroom.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say this is like you could roll ecologist, you could roll monstrous, and you could also roll corrupted if you wanted to.
I think we're just gonna go with ecologist.
All right, give me them 2d20s. Man, 13s are just following you guys around.
Mm-hmm.
The second I make 13 not a special number, it's just like a huge. Everybody's gonna roll it.
Such is the way.
So you get the feeling that you see a figure of a furbolg. This is somebody who's been coming through this place, like testing some mushrooms, like sticking, prodding them. Like this dude has just, the mushrooms are telling you that here they are. Like this guy is hurting us. This guy is hurting us. He has this strange power. He has this, and they show you what looks like a contract, but it's really thick. It looks like a rolled up piece of paper, and you are only inferring it based on other memories of rolled up pieces of paper, which has got to be a very strange thing. And you then see and feel this creature. Let me just.
Oh
Him-
God.
Like, it is a mushroom that it is being fed. Like, the microscopic amounts of corruption that were in these bottles. Like, this guy is trying to create that again.
Like a mushroom xenomorph.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it kind of looks like one, honestly.
Yeah.
Move him over a little bit so you guys can see him. But that is where we are. This guy does not see you, but he is working incredibly hurried. The mushrooms are telling you that he is like, gotta get it done. They're coming. And he's just like, don't worry, I'll protect you. And you all hear, maybe the word hear is wrong. You all smell a scream, a roar. What if somebody screamed only in pheromones?
Mm-hmm. But we smell danger.
Yes. It's like, no. We've got it. You'll be fine. You're stronger than anything. You're the strongest thing out there. It's like, you will be. As he pulls out a dagger and stabs the scroll that he's holding. AOIFE, you take 6 damage.
Yep. She, like, visibly, the others can tell that she's been harmed.
Oh yeah, for sure, you're bleeding. Like, you have, I'm gonna say it's not at your heart, but it is the left side of your chest, like above where your heart would be.
Okay.
You have a dagger wound.
Yeah, so there's just suddenly this, like, blooming out of blood on her chest from her underneath her shirt.
I think at this point, Osiria's just gonna look back to the others, kind of like show off her claws as a silent way of asking, like, are we killing this guy, or do we want to talk first? Quite frankly, she's game for either or, so it's just up to what the party wants to do here.
Yeah, I will leave up the talking to the talking people, but I don't think Aoife's a very talkative person right now.
What?
I feel like we have to get this scroll away from them before we do damage.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, that
Would
needs
any
to
of
be
us have
priority.
noticed? Would any of us have noticed that the link, or would your character be able to tell us even though you're stabbed?
Yeah, I don't know if they didn't visually see him stabbing the scroll, they would just see that she suddenly has a stab wound in her chest out of nowhere. I think because they're getting closer, she is going to speak quietly as she can through the pain and be gritting her teeth. And she is going to tell them, he has my skin. He has my skin.
Up ahead, you can hear the voice of like, and this is the first time you all can hear his voice because he's screaming. He's like, "No, no, no, not enough, not enough. I need," and then like, HYPHAEUS, you can see him again, pulling his dagger up again, and he's about to start stabbing the hell out of this scroll. Whatever he's after, he doesn't have enough of it.
Can I use the intimidation of my armor and, like, I don't know, maybe also my brawler tag and maybe my officer tag to, like, get him to just stop what he's doing? Because, like, this is serious business, right?
Yeah, for sure. You want to scream at him? Go for it. Go. Oh,
Throw everything at it.
Yeah,
If you want
this is
another
quite
tag-
serious.
Quite serious. So what do I do? How do I?
So for Catori, so brawler, and it's like so you are going in under like 4 Lockstitch, knock it the hell off style. Like because like if you're leaning on officer, you are leaning on the fact that you are of Lockstitch, and you guys do have a reputation of solving problems. And then I know I didn't give you that item, but that item definitely has the intimidating tag. So if you use 3 tag points, you can roll 4d20. It did sound like Osiria had a backup, and we're gonna had an ability to back you up.
Yeah, if you want to throw another tag at it, Osiria can come in with her monstrous to like add to the intimidation factor.
Hell yeah! Let's just yeah. Let's fuck this up. All right.
Let's
So
go.
what am I doing now?
All right, so Catori, you roll me 4d20, and Osiria roll me 1d20. Yeah, that nat 20 is going to do a lot of heavy lifting for us.
Hell yeah.
Did Osiria get the roll off too?
Yep, I got a 9.
I was hoping for 2 20s.
That would have been so insane.
Would have been spicy.
So, this furball turns around and sees you, like as he's like raising his knife at the scroll. He's just like, "No, you're not supposed to." It's just like, would he see you, Ava? Are you right behind Catori?
I think that he probably would see her.
Like, you're here. No, you can't have him. He's not ready. He's not ready. And like, he pulls out a sword. He has a scimitar. It is the size of Clovis's swords, so it's big because he's like 10 feet tall. But because of your 20, and that 20 is gonna do a ton of heavy lifting, he will not be finishing this spell. Like right now, you only have to deal with him. He's just a guy. This thing behind him is not moving. It is almost alive, HYPHAEUS. Like, it is so close to being alive, but you feel its pain. Like, all it is pain right now. She's like, I see what's going on, everyone. I am the researcher Crackle. I'm sure you must have heard of me. I'm studying the corruption, and it's not looking good. That creature behind you is mine by right and by bureaumancy. And he goes to reach for the scroll, but it's a little bit out of his range. Like, he can't actually, like, get his hands on it. because he jumped back too far with your amazing intimidation on him. So scroll over here. It is on an altar. The altar has little holes in the bottom of it. It is also hooked up to pipes that are hooked up to this giant creature in the background.
Well, I want to separate him, put as much distance between him and the scroll as I can get. So that someone else, whoever else, it's up to you guys, can just get the scroll and get it back to our new friend. So I'm going to step up to him, try to back him into a wall, and tell him to drop the blade.
Oh, because of your 20 on that, and the fact that you are ridiculously intimidating, he is like there's almost like a radius around you. He doesn't want to be close to you. So he does back up. The second he hits the wall, though, Catori, you recognize he's got nowhere else to go. He will be feral if you take another step. He will lash out. But you're very good at intimidating, so you know exactly the step. And if you want to make him make that attack, if you want to make that step, he's going to roll 2d20 and take the lower because he's only attacking because you are making him do it. Like, you have all the leverage here.
I don't want to make him attack. I want him to drop his weapon. So I won't pursue it further, but I want him to drop the weapon and explain himself.
20 on intimidation, though. That absolutely. So he drops. He's just like, I was hired to recreate the conditions around the corruption. Simple science. You understand? You all scientists, correct? Right?
Hired by whom?
It's just like I can't divulge. Like he's 20. He's scared. The alchemists, like the man with the wings, and the scissors. He stopped by. He gave me some fantastic things. His eyes look over at the scroll. He gave me items of legend, and just all he asked was for me to continue my research. And I told him the corruption was gone, and he said it wasn't, and then he told me about this place.
Out of character, is that the guy that Catori and that team ran into in the in Provincial when they stitched up? Okay, so she knows who he's talking about.
Yeah, you guys will know that man is so far known as the Tailor.
Okay.
Hilariously, T knows a lot more about him than you guys' characters would.
Okay. What's going on behind me, guys?
Is this guy gonna make a move if we go to retrieve the...
If he's focused on Catori, I think Aoife is going to attempt to sneak to get up to the scroll.
He is focused completely on Catori. You see the scroll, and I don't think to anybody's surprise, this is seal skin. It is a large piece of seal skin with an ancient language that you might not fully even understand yourself. It is the original Buromancy.
If she can get to it.
No, you don't want to touch. You wouldn't want to touch that. No, you ruin everything. Look at him. He's so close to perfect.
She doesn't listen and she is going to rip it right up off of the table and hug it to her chest.
Catori doesn't let him talk anymore. She's like, you're talking to me. You're not talking to that. You are focused on me. We are talking.
He is going to be trying to, like, he's going to pull out a, it looks almost like a hole punch. Like, and he's gonna point it at AOIFE, and he's gonna try it. It acts like a gun, but what it's actually doing is punching a hole in reality.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got to take the lower. Now, Catori, there's a 12 sitting right there. That is what it's attacking for. You can use one of your tags and attempt to roll higher than that. If you do, you're able to wrestle the the weapon from him.
Sure. I mean, I guess I'd just keep leaning on Brawler. Like, I'd see him make that quick movement to pull out a weapon, and obviously she would react in defense of whatever he's about to do.
Yeah, give me 2d20, and we're just looking for higher than a 12. Oh, go for it.
Can I also help with this one?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I can use Protector here to try to get AOIFE out of the way. Like, out of the way of this attack before it goes off.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, like, yeah, go for it. Both of you you can give me 2d20, and then Catori gives me 2d20. Catori definitely snatched the gun and the weapon from him, and you put yourself in front of AOIFE. So, AOIFE, you hear, in my head, it sounds so cool. You guys know the sound of when a hole puncher, like, punches through just a stack of paper?
Yeah, it's satisfying.
That's what it sounded like when he, like, hit this, but it hits the ground. Catori, how did you stop him, actually?
I'll fucking backhand the guy. Just whap.
Honestly, yeah.
Backhand the fuck out of him.
I imagine, like, so she sees him make this quick movement. She actually takes a step, just like with one leg, takes a step back, kind of crouches down, and as soon as she sees him, like, pull out the hole punch, she kind of just, like, I bet she would just punch him right solidly in the gut, so he just drops, like, everything.
Oh, for sure. Like, he drops it on the ground. He just starts retching. He's just like, you idiots. You could have had all of her power to ourselves. Now look. And you see a very much Disney princess. If you guys remember the scene where Beast turns back into, like, a real boy?
Or it could be like the Swan Princess thing where she turns from the swan into the lady.
She has
but
a
backwards.
name. Her name was Odette.
Odette.
I can't remember what the name of the character, Beast's real name was, but Adam? God,
Yeah, I think it was Adam.
what a shitty name.
For a French guy, yeah.
What a
He should have
shitty
like a
Beast. So he should have stayed the Beast. We can all agree with that, right?
Honestly.
Yeah. Well, most of us are furries, so I think we just
accept
people
it.
agree anyway.
We just accept it. It's
I
fine.
think one of my favorite gifs is, like, somebody's just like, it's like Belle seeing his face after the first when he transforms back.
Not
and
impressed.
She's just like, Beast, and he's just like, bitch, yeah, of course it's me. Didn't you just see all that happen? Come on.
Honestly, okay, yeah. The fact that she has to, like, push his hair aside and then, like, stare
Right? It's
at
just
him
like
and stuff.
she has to
What the
squint
fuck?
at him. You didn't just see all that magic? You have.
I
Like,
always assumed it's her stalling for time so that she doesn't, like, retch at how ugly he is.
She's like, oh no, you suck now.
Trying to hide
He's
her
just a white
disappointment.
guy.
Anyway, okay, so and
Not my bad.
no,
I'm mad at the end of Beauty and the Beast.
I mean we all are. We can agree.
So yeah, this Crackle, like, punch to the ground. His weapon lands on the ground next to him. Catori, you want to roll me 2d6? This won't kill him. If you take him to 0 with this, he just gets knocked unconscious. But just so we, like... That is 6/10 of his health. So he's not doing great. Like, he's got a blood... No, you punched him in the gut. You punched him in the gut. You heard one of his ribs crack.
Yeah.
Noise.
You hole punched him.
Hell yeah. I want to make sure that I kicked the hole puncher away from him, creating as much distance from all of the things he needs to succeed as possible.
No, for sure. So you two are perfectly safe as she is like fully reintegrating with your skin. Absolutely. On the art, you can see it wrapped around your waist, but in the token, it's not there.
Yeah.
And yeah, you feel clear-headed, like you've been in a fog, and like you lose sense of time. The last thing So the last place you were when you had all of your faculties was standing at the coast of then Tir Lobhadh, looking out at the ocean into the Neverglades, and all of like their fancy life. Sure, once in a while, one of their robots would encroach onto your land, and you as the guardians would keep it back. And yeah, once in a while some metal snakes would show up, but they were nothing. You just push them back. You guarded. But then black magic, literally magic, started washing up on the coast, and it appeared to be coming from everywhere in Tir Lobhadh. And that's the last thing you remember before it gets really foggy for you. From that point on, you remember you were on a ship, and you did... And I'm not telling you what you, like, that you don't want to think about it, but you've done some things.
Yeah.
Alright. And that's where we are. This creature is just a font of pain. Like, literally, all it is existing in pain. And all of your guardians, and also HYPHAEUS, you can all feel the fact that that is doing nothing but suffering right now.
HYPHAEUS is gonna walk up towards it, and as much as you can with a skeleton for a face, is going to like stare at it like sadly. And he says, or they say, "You are not so different from us."
Oh man, that's really, really cool. Alright, everybody that is not HYPHAEUS right now, you see this creature that you just met. He has been helpful. Catori offered to be friends.
Mm-hmm.
He ate snacks, so how bad could they be? But in the presence of this creature, you all start to see the thick globs of what we know of as corruption moving through this thing. But they are all heading like HYPHAEUS is a lodestone. And Crackle is unhappy with this, but he cannot say anything right now. He is scared. and also on the ground, looking up. He hates everything that's happening here. Like the power from the contract is leaving this creature, and the corruption is leaving it as well. Do any of you, in character, have an objection to HYPHAEUS taking the rest of this corruption into himself?
I mean,
Did we have plans for it? I mean,
yeah,
Well-
I don't think that Aoife really has a full handle on what is currently going on in the world. So I don't know if she would have an objection to this immediate thing happening. He seems to be taking out a larger threat. Or they seem to be taking out a larger threat.
HYPHAEUS is already, like, part corruption, right? Like, from what we can glean.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, really, there's no harm in keeping it condensed in one place with someone who can clearly handle it.
I guess I am more suspicious than the rest. But we just met him. We just figured out that he's part corruption, and we're just gonna let him have more. We just put up with all of the corruption and seeing what it could do.
I mean, I guess my thinking is, it being in one place goes both ways. Like, if it does turn out he is a threat, then, or they're a threat, then, well, there's only one source we have to deal with rather than having it spread across, like, every side.
Well, and
Yeah,
like
at
if
least
they just came into existence and they don't know the capacity of their abilities, then like they don't even know that they can talk to the other mushrooms, then why would we let them test out absorbing corruption?
here's a question. Do we even really have the ability to stop them from doing it?
So fair point.
Yeah.
Um,
I just don't know if my character knows even what to do in this situation, considering that her last full memory was just seeing it on the shores.
I mean, worst
You
case
know-
scenario, we keep them close at hand for keeping an eye on them. Like,
Because Aoife will follow your guys' lead on it. You guys are going to have more of an understanding of what's happening and how to stop it.
like, I think, like, we let them do this, and at least what Osiria would propose is bring them with us because they lack a purpose, and we would want to keep them close at hand so that they're, like, if they become a threat, we're ready to respond before it becomes, like, a world-level threat.
And
Sort
yeah,
of.
we could keep tabs on them. Have them. That maybe they can help us. Maybe that's maybe we can give them a purpose.
Exactly. It benefits both sides.
More new crewmates?
And they were crewmates.
I'm not giving that one. I'm not doing it.
It'll grow on you. But get it?
Oh, what? I get it.
They're a mushroom. It'll grow on you. We got a spore to our friends.
I audibly snorted. I'm glad that my mic was off.
So, as HYPHAEUS is absorbing this corruption, is the creature like turning back into like just like a mushroom?
I think so. Yeah, it's just like just a little guy.
A little guy.
All is right with the world. It is now a little guy.
HYPHAEUS says, "Be at peace, my sibling. Be at peace."
And the mushroom that's left, like, it's no longer in pain, right?
Nope.
Oh,
It's
little
just, just a little mushroom guy. I think
Alright.
it does retain a certain amount of sentience.
Yeah. He's just got a funny little. He probably has a little funny booty like a frog. That's all I can think of when I see that little mushroom. I just think about he has a little frog butt.
I don't find myself thinking about frog butt a lot, but here we are.
I
They're
mean,
so
now we
cute.
are.
They just have
Now
little tiny butt, little itty bitty tiny butt cheeks. It's so funny.
I have not spent nearly as much time thinking about frog butt, I think.
Well,
And
obviously.
today was the day our lives changed forever.
For frog butt.
Little frog booty. It's just so funny.
But what are we doing about Crackle?
I want to crackle his head
Catori
open.
is prepared to stand on his face if you need her to, so just, she's still just bullying him, pretty much.
You can stand on him for sure. Aoife is going to walk up to Crackle as he's being stood on. She's gonna stare him down. And then crouch and ask, why shouldn't I let her crush your throat?
I won't do it again?
Why shouldn't I let her crush your throat?
It's like, you have your skin back? There's nothing I could do. I didn't know that you were even out there. They handed
He's gonna
me...
punch him straight in the face.
Oh, yeah, alright.
Oh, okay.
Roll me a D8.
Okay.
Violence, violence, violence.
Here's...
Why shouldn't I let her crush your throat?
Catori, can you roll me 2d20? This is because of your Stitch Crafter. Is that actually a 17 or is it the 7? Okay, good.
This is 17.
7. Catori, you can feel reality ripping right behind him. somebody is trying to reach into reality and grab this man.
No. Not good. Can I stop it?
Oh, absolutely. You have enough warning to do it. You see an orange little bird guy, like, peeking out of the in-between. Like, he basically unzips it, and, like, his arm is reaching out to grab a hold of,
Can I throw the flail out at his head?
Catori's the only one that can, like, look up at the right
okay.
time for it.
That's okay. Okay,
Right.
never mind.
So I want to clarify: is it an actual zipper? Like, could Catori reach up and grab that zipper?
Yeah, I mean, probably. Like, all of the reality bending stuff has to, like, look like something that is involved with fabric. So yeah, it's the
All
only way that
right.
we deal with it.
All right, so I'm gonna go out on a limb here, because it hasn't bit me in the ass before, and I'm gonna jump up in the air. I'm gonna grab this dude by his beak? Question mark?
Oh, he has one.
By his
Whip
face
his
handle.
ass right out the hole, and then zip that shit right back up.
Oh shit.
All right, give me 2d20. I don't think anybody can help you with this because everybody else is just going to be like looking at him as she punches the hell out of this guy. Yet, you yank Sepsis out of the hole, and he is now standing in front of all of you. Sepsis is a straight up alchemist, like fully one of them. He is not exuding power the same way that most people does. It's very similar to Null for him. And he's like,
Katori's gonna look at him and be
And
like,
she's like-
"What's up, sweet cheeks?"
and it's like, I was collecting one of my co-workers. I didn't realize that there was a problem. Hello, folks at Lockstitch.
Your coworker's been fired. I don't know if you knew that. Get the memo.
Oh, did he cross a line? Did something go amiss?
A little bit.
Little bit amiss. I'm terribly sorry for this. I'm terribly sorry. We will have him reprimanded. And it's like he
Got
pulls out
that
a
covered.
business card.
I
It's like,
I got that covered. No, I got that covered.
I'm sure you do, but you wouldn't want us to punish one of your folks for doing their job, right? You wouldn't want us to confine somebody that was just out there doing what they were told, exploring a mystery, rewriting
You're-
history.
You're literally joking, right?
DuckTales. Ooh.
I mean, that's pot calling kettle black, right?
This is in fact the blackest pot calling the equally black pot kettle, like looking at all of you, except for him and you. Just terribly sorry about the skin, my dear. We didn't know that you were still out there. Now, if you don't mind, I would like to take my research assistant, and we would like to go home. He will be duly punished for his infractions, I promise you.
Katori looks back at Iskra.
I'm pretty sure you all have some questions to answer. Like,
Oh, I'm positive we do. I'm positive, and then we would love to have a sit down, everybody. How about that? Can we schedule one of those in? We can. He like opens his notebook. He's like, one's good for you.
I mean, you guys
I'm
are both
going
present right now.
Oh, I don't have enough leeway to answer questions. You understand,
I'm-
viromancy and whatnot.
I'm going to trap both of them in ice.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me 2d20.
Oh, please let this happen. I was frozen today.
I am
Oh,
there is like a cat screaming outside my window. I'm terribly sorry about that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
It it
No, but we
saves
still
me
have
a lot
one.
of
We
work.
still
we
have.
still have one.
You
We still
do.
have one.
But
Yeah,
that
we
does
still have
it
that.
still makes it a failure because it turns the 1 into a 2. The other one being a 5. If that other one was not just like but I think this is better personally. Like that he will get away. Like Sepsis will get away, but we can freeze and kill Crackle. Or you could take him prisoner.
Let's take him prisoner to force them to hold up their word that they're gonna.
He's
We will
collateral.
see it. Yeah, we will meet again. We will,
Okay.
because we're keeping this bitch.
I mean, I do have a. Do you want to do that, or do you? I do have a card that I can re-roll.
Yeah, you could re-roll that 5.
It's up to the crew. I mean, if you think that
Yeah,
this is
re-roll it.
better, or like, do you want to re-roll?
Yeah, see what happens.
Okay. Did it do the thing?
Yep, you did it.
I need to change that name. Okay, so then I go back here, and I'm just doing 1d20, right?
Yep, 1d20. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, baby.
And now if Catori undoes the 1-1, then we get that 14. We'll keep that 14. So they both get frozen. And you see Sepsis in there. His beak is still moving. He's just
I
like,
want to leave their heads exposed.
oh, for sure. He's just like, all right, understood. You'd like to have a conversation. It's like, all right, I'll give you a question. What would you like to know? But I will answer this question truthfully. And then we will schedule a sit down. You, me, the tailor. It's just like, and he motions to like all of you in this room. It's just like, we will agree to have a sit down with you.
How do we know he'll show up?
I mean,
Because I gave my word. And as he says word, it is a physical thing. As he opens his mouth, it's like a scroll unrolls from his tongue and lands on the ground below you, and it just says it is signed by Sepsis. This is a binding agreement. Catori, if you like touch it, you'll be able to read the whole thing. But it has a lot of just bullshit. It doesn't like guarantee the time other than within a couple of months, like a day that it works for everybody. That is mostly for Alan's sake than the game's sake. It's just like,
okay, yeah.
in the event that they do not show up to this, they will be cursed. Like, and you too. If you do not show up to this meeting, you will be cursed. You are setting the date. You are agreeing to be there.
So Catori touching this, does that sign that for her then?
Only if you want to sign it. Like, if you want to do it, touch it, have it sign off. But only you 5 are invited to this meeting.
All right, can we lay out the conditions one more time? We're allowed to ask them a question now, and we're getting a meeting, or we get
he
the
took that
question at the
question.
meeting.
He took the how do we know that you're going to show up as your question.
God damn it.
Ah,
Bureaumancy!
Well, shit.
But he did give you a contract that does say that he'll do it. This is GM metagaming on this one. He'll do it. They will be there.
Can Catori add a condition that one more person is allowed to attend?
Fair is fair, but then one more person on my end will attend.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense.
Emma, I have a question.
Yeah.
Of who that other person would be. You
Who
know
would your
all
person
five.
be?
I
We will tell you the role that they would play, but not exactly who it is.
Then I will tell you the role that mine would play.
What do you think? Catori?
I'm weighing the options here. Yeah. We will tell them the role that this person will play. And I'm gonna have to ask Alan for the answer to that question.
Yeah, like out of
I would
character.
say, like, based on who you sent me, like, they would play the part of administrator and bureaumancer.
Okay.
That
Then I
that
know who that
answer.
is.
That answer. That's the answer. You don't get to know who. You just get to know. They're awesome. That's it.
She's like, then I will bring an executioner.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me, what?
Give
What of question?
Give I bring my regards.
I bring? No, thank you. No, thank you.
No, that's not your executioner.
Absolutely.
He's just like, I don't want her to execute me.
Nope. We keep a wide area around I bring. Have you seen? That woman has gone in buck wild lately. Killed her father, killed her brother. Like, now she's. I was like, let me tell you, you should have more to fear of her than you do of us. Like, we're just playing with a little bit of magic, little like hanky panky, a little bit of fun.
Oh.
She's trying to take over the Echo.
Mm,
You
one of
shouldn't
the
be concerned with me. You shouldn't be worried about me, little old sepsis.
Well, it's fine. It's just the last time that the tailor was around, so was I bring. And so I made assumptions.
Don't you worry. I was just like, this will be just a regular cordial invitation if you don't like the executioner. I'm not saying he's coming there on his job. He might. But can I get my legs back?
Isker would look to Catori and Osiria for the okay to melt the ice.
Catori will sign the contract and say, fine, I agree to your terms.
Very well. And Osiria will... If all of us need to sign, we'll do so as well.
Yeah, if you guys want to be at this meeting, then you have to sign. I did not know that this is the way we were not. I did not know we were going to have this conversation or set up this meeting. So the fact that HYPHAEUS is like both of the new people are signing to meet up with them is buck wild.
It is really
Welcome
funny.
to the crew. Welcome.
Straight into the deep end.
Grab my contract, I suddenly have another contract. God damn it.
Yeah, because Isker would sign it and then look at the and you two.
Sepsis has already signed it, and he elbows Crackle, and Crackle just like goes over and signs it as well. He's just like, this. Okay, Okay. Um, you all feel the world shift a little bit as you sign it. For the record, none of you can die in any way that matters until you have this meeting.
Oh boy.
For the
In
record,
any
I
way
am
that
still
matters?
nightmare, bad dreams. I assume is the loophole right there.
If you don't show up, like there is a curse attached to it. Sadly, none of you have enough Baromancy to read all the red tape for it, but they will show up. If you miss the meeting, it's terrible, but I will schedule it on a day when you guys can all make it. And if you guys, for some reason, cannot make it, your character will be there anyway. Just, I'm not killing you because you can't make a date.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That would be terrible. But Sepsis looks over the contract, rolls it up, hands you a copy of it, Catori. And it's just like, all right. Like, pulls out what looks like a tiny little, he pulls out a zipper. And just attaches it to thin air. And he just looks over at everybody. You know, we're not very different, you and I. Unzip. Like, look into reality of shapes that don't make any sense. Colors that don't actually exist. And he throws Crackle into it. And he's just like, we'll meet again. I look forward to it. Please bring snacks. As he hops in. I'll bring snacks too. What do you all like? Are you more of concepts or adjective fans?
We really like charcuterie boards. Just
The concept
It's a
of a
thing.
charcuterie board?
You know, I'm morbidly curious as to what that would turn out to be. So yeah,
Then I shall bring the snacks. And then he zips it back up with an incredibly loud zipping noise, and then he is gone. So, a thing that you have read, Catori, upon holding onto this contract, is now Aoife and Helsing. What's that? Aoife and Helsing. Both of these two are contractually and romantically already part of the crew. It is a invitation for these 4 members of Lockstitch, these 5 members of Lockstitch that have signed it, and then a to be determined somebody who fits lawyer, Beromancer, and admin. Somebody needs both of those to fill that 6th slot.
Isn't that Akana?
That it not Akana. Akana is she doesn't have the Beromancer. She is Stitchcrafter, but she's no
Yeah.
Beromancer.
Yeah, it'd be Isaac.
We can all head back to the Blue Roof Inn before to wrap the game up. But yeah, that is where this game sits. That you all need to have a conversation with the alchemist, which is fun because we haven't actually gotten that conversation yet. Just a little sooner in the season than I expected. But obviously the conversation will happen when we can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And probably when the arc is correct for it. Let me guess all.
Is the captain gonna kill Catori now? Just, you know.
No, the executioner gets to do that. She can't kill you in any
I
way
can't
that matters
die
before the
in
meeting.
any way that matters. Loopholes.
It's right there in black and white.
As much as
Just
the
a little
prep
murder.
that we've done for this season, we have not prepared the folded city side yet. So like we can't do it there. Like I can't wait till we get that one done, but like that is
That'll be a
not
lot
right
of fun.
away.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. Okay. So did we solve the ruckus at the Blue Roof Inn? Yeah. Because we know that was just Aoife.
Yep.
Aoife. I'm gonna get that right, I promise.
Eventually, it's
Can
fine.
we just hang out and get drunk now?
Absolutely. You guys have time.
Woo!
Alright. So Aoife, for your tags, you definitely rolled Ecologist. I don't think you rolled that one. Did you roll Elementalist?
Oh, are you asking me?
Yeah. What?
I didn't roll Elementalist. I rolled Guardian and Ecologist.
Guardian is a special tag, so that one doesn't level up. But you
Okay.
can put a point into Ecologist.
I will put it in Ecologist.
Excellent. Catori, you rolled Brawler a lot. Like your life depended on it. Do you want to take that? Yeah, that one's getting a plus, right? Because once you get 3 pluses in one thing, you have the stronger version of it. It'll turn into something. Like don't quote me on it, but for Karam, Brawler is probably going to turn into Martial Artist. It's probably going to turn into something different for you, because the way you two fight are very different.
Oh yeah, Catori also got a 20 on Brawler with the Intimidation.
Oh yeah, you did. So like Brawler +2. I can't hear Catori if you are saying anything, if you're agreeing or like telling us no, we're stupid.
No, I'm still new here. So, what? What does it? I'm sorry.
The new system means you level up your tags. You will get better at doing things if you do them. Like Brawler, you did roll Bookish you did roll Bookish at one point. So you can put a point into that if you think so. But based on the way that you played today, I think your experience goes into Brawler personally.
Yeah.
I do agree. Yes. I like
that
it.
saw a lot of really good action today.
So I have a thought.
Oh yeah, go for it.
But I don't know if I want to do this, so I'm just gonna think this. I'm gonna think this out with everyone. Katori's kind of thinking that maybe there were some assumptions made in that contract that might actually make it null and void. But can Catori have a conversation with Isaac about that contract to discuss some of the finer points in detail? I mean, we still want to make sure that they show up because we still want to ask them questions, though. So,
I would love for you guys to have a conversation about that. Like, so I haven't said this out loud yet, but I want to do more speakeasies. I do plan on doing another speakeasy soon. And you guys tell me what you think of this. Like cards that you can probably buy with your gems and not just like random cards that you can only get randomly. But they are like Mad Lib style game cards. Like a conversation between blank and blank at blank location. So like you play the card and so that we have a scene in the upcoming speakeasy that is like, say, a conversation between Catori and Isaac about contracts. So we know that that conversation is coming. So you guys can, if you want to write a script for it, absolutely. If you're that much in depth and like into it, or if you guys just want to have that conversation to see it happen, that is like my thought. And if like Catori and Isaac have a conversation. We don't need a card for that, but I definitely like it.
I
But
like
yeah.
the idea.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good idea.
I definitely think that Catori and Isaac having a conversation about the contract, and we could even bring like Juris in and like have an outsider look at it as well, or Papyrus.
Ooh, yeah, because Catori still needs to hang out with Papyrus a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very down for that conversation. So, for HYPHAEUS, I read out the pronunciation part of it instead of like the name. Like, HYPHAEUS, you definitely rolled ecologist.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll put that in. And Iskra, you rolled elementalist, magical, and protector today. Where do you think that you would want to put experience towards?
Elemental.
Elementalist, absolutely. And lastly, we have Osiria, who again also used all three of their tags. Monstrous, naturalist, and protector. So I can see a world where you used monstrous because you did stay in wolf mode a lot, but you did also use your tattoo and naturalist to pull out that poison. And don't forget to hold on to that poisonous tag that you can apply to a weapon or an ability.
Yep, I made a note of that. I think I'm gonna put the point towards naturalist because, well, I used monstrous the most. Naturalist definitely had the biggest impact this game, I feel like.
Mhm.
I agree. I liked it quite a bit. But yeah, everybody. Whether they're down or not, they sound that they signed the contract, so these two are part of the crew now, for the record. I think
Wake up, sign a contract, suddenly employed. Just like
it's like, what's up? And then it's just like, ah, shit. It's like, don't worry, you get a cool uniform. And you just get to go on adventures and have fun. I feel like you guys can RP introducing yourselves to the crew. Absolutely. You guys do have room and board that is set to what you need. So, like, if HYPHAEUS needs to be in a cave underground where the mushroom's growing, that is what your apartment looks like.
It's like seated.
It's just a big log. Absolutely.
Should we like
a log
Aoife
cabin.
Oh. Aoife still hasn't introduced herself to us though, so like
Yeah,
should we
no, she's like super awkward.
get
she's like,
drunk
"Nobody
and
wants to
maybe
know."
finally make friends?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, like, we're in the
Yeah,
perfect
I
place
think
for it,
so.
so.
So like, so what even is your name? Goddamn. And she's like, oh, you want to know my name?
We've apparently seen you without your skin on, so like let's get friendly over here, okay? And like rounds for everybody.
Like, oh, rousing cheer goes up through the blue roof, and it's just like, yeah.
I really had skin in the game, you could say.
Oh.
And with that, thanks for playing, everybody.
I'm now banned. Goodbye.
We're gonna play the theme song and then say goodbye forever. So remember, tomorrow we have another game, standard time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are going to we're gonna see some folk song. It is apparently Raining Frogs. And it's just a 3-person game. Don't worry about it. Totally normal game. Thanks, everybody. Everybody say goodbye forever. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Bye forever.
Bye forever.
I forever go pee.
Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Like Stitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Like Stitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Like Stitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Like Stitch's name, the world will know.